May ha may ha. Woo! That was my very first Kamehameha wave I have ever done in my entire life. I just shot you with peace bullets right now. I just hit you with a wave of peaceful energy. I hope you caught that. All right. That is Mercury and Aries in a nutshell. We doing it now. We actually doing it now. Okay. We understand it, what we doing it by actually doing it. Shout out to Water Dog Flame. It worked. Thank you. Woo! I just felt the energy. I have to regain my energy. That was a huge wave right now. I had to charge that one. I hit you with the consecutive combo. I hit you with the bonds and then the bullets. Blasting y'all with peace, y'all. What's up, Jen? What it do, Jen? Shout out to Jen. She selflessly blessed me with some Reiki Juju magic miles away, which directly borrows on this concept of distance Reiki that I just applied with blasting you right now with my very first Kamehameha wave ever. And I second Domina and her statement. There's really nothing better. What's up, Sharon? What's up, Moni? Representing that blue flame. What's up, Ebony Rose? Oh my gosh. Ebony, word. Healer gang. Yeah. If you ever thought of the revolutionary concept of healing, right? Chiron is flipping and turning this on its head, quite literally, which is why power is activating so that you could fundamentally transcend your perception around everything that you do. This is the power of Neptune that is 12th house to this Mercury transit. So it's going down, y'all. Once again, if we think of Chiron as a transmutational healer, this trans-Saturnian asteroid that's in between Saturn and Uranus, it's in the sign of the warrior. So like you can heal someone. VC says, long time no see. Oh, nice to see you. Yeah, this transmutational aspect of healing, you can heal someone by beating their face up. Like if you have that aura within you, you can like fight. Like Chiron is fighting to heal. So it's taking the concept of healing in that very Chiron Pisces energy healing. Let's attune to the vibes. And now it's like, you can get this healing, motherfucker. Boom! You're gonna get this healing. I'm healing you. I'm healing you. Magic blast. Magic blast. We casting out demons. And it's like, it's crazy like that. It's really crazy like that. It's really crazy like that. So like, just keep that in mind. Like, if you've been feeling this growing, restless, raw, direct cardinal focus and attitude towards healing, you're going to do this. This is going to cycle for the next 6 years. And I feel like some of you are kind of holding back. Comment an exclamation mark if this is true to you. Some of you are kind of holding back because you were taught about a tradition. You were taught healing is supposed to be calm and serene. So you hold yourself back because it's like, oh, I don't want to hit people over the head with this healing. I don't want to just get people, no, stop holding back. Hit them over the head. Be like, wonk, 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 wonk. And they'll be like, oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. Thank you for beating me up, man. People have just been lying to me my whole life. I needed someone to put hands on me and just smack me back. You can do that now. You can do that if you're being authentic. I'm telling you, because Aries is direct. Aries is not going to have a 65-minute conversation with you about why you should get right. Aries is going to smack you over the head. Get right! And you're just going to be like, you're right. You're so right. So just letting you know, okay, this is activating your mind, putting you on the battlefield. I might have smacked some people though. And listen, if you do anything with love in your heart, you're Gucci, okay? You can stab somebody with love in your heart. It's different if you have malicious intent. If you truly have love and you come with that energy and then you stab someone in the chest, you know what I'm saying? You did it with love, all right? You can beat somebody up with love in your heart. The love is going to temper how softly or hardly you're beating them up. Revolutionary concept. You can do anything with love. But some people don't have love in their hearts. They have jealousy. They have anger. They get angry. They get bitter. And it's like, no, homie, chill. Nobody is saying not get violent. Even Jesus flipped over the table. People always use that. People always use that verse to justify anger. Jesus flipped over the tables. It's all good. But he had love in his heart when he was whipping these people. He did it with love, okay? You can Chiron and Aries with this stuff with love too, because they're going to be sending all sorts of dark forces after you on that Capricorn square. So it's like, oh, this person's supposed to act proper. So I'm going to manipulate them psychologically so that they can only stand within the bounds of the rules. And they don't know you're coming with that hot Aries energy. It's like, I'll catch a battery charge. Get right. What's up? I don't care about the rules. You getting this healing. So this is a special dynamic that we're in, okay? The noble savage Aries versus the establishment in Capricorn. And shout out to the Capricorns, because a lot of Capricorn suns and moons are gonna feel free this transit. All you with that and risings, fourth house Aries energy, all that pent up inner fire that you've been holding back, it's about to volcano up rules, what's that? So yeah, y'all. I think this is gonna be probably one of the coolest transits we have, because if you think about what Mercury represents your ability to process information. So the reason why you're aware of me right now, you're watching me, that's your spirit that allows your conscious awareness through your sun sign. The sun sign in your astrology chart is the method of expression. I express all my natal chart energies through my Gemini sun. And this is a reality hack or a shortcut to reading your chart. If you look at your natal chart, and just like all the planets revolve around the sun, all the planets in your natal chart are facets of who you are, but all of that is filtered through your sun sign. That's how you express it out. That's why certain combinations are very controversial or difficult. Sometimes you express it out in a zodiac sign that is receptive, like Cancer sun, like Pisces sun, and now you come into karmic signs. So, the moon in your natal chart is going to be how you receive everything. How, the moon is reflective. How do you buckle down and really, it's not even so much as getting emotional as much as it is how are you receptive and how do you access feeling, which depending on the sign will let you know, right, how you feel but are receptive to emotions, as the moon is your vessel and the sun is your spirit. Think of a baby, think of a pure baby that's just pure awareness, like and then the moon is your emotional reaction. But it's Mercury. Mercury is the most overrated and underrated planet at the same time, because it's Mercury that allows you to actually process everything you're aware of. So if you did not have a Mercury, you couldn't do shit. I'm gonna be honest. Mars is the drive to do it, but like everyone will be brain dead. If you study the zodiac charts of people who have like neurological or mental illnesses or cognitive deficiencies, their Mercuries are either debilitated, harshly retrograding, and the retrograde does not bring debilitation, but in a bad aspect it could. You can even have a perfect Mercury go through a bad transit. So Mercury is a very important indicator to in someone's chart to see how like smart they are or how much they're able to process information and communicate that. So like you wouldn't be able to decipher the difference between these cards and me and read complex symbolism if it wasn't for Mercury, if it wasn't for Gemini and Virgo that process and represent this energy. Oh, it's all holistic. So you need every single part to do this. But before I go into how epic this transit is, I'm not even trying, trust me, I'm not trying to I don't want to make this too long, but it's not going to be easy because there's a lot happening. This is like a reset. We just awakened a decade's worth of superpowers. So Mercury in Aries, in a nutshell, is now activating the video game. All right, like the car is out the shop. So Mercury in Aries is turning the car on and starting the beta test. This is where if you were reading a book, the book is probably like the manufacturer of the book is Saturn, right? The writing of the book could be Mercury too, but the actual, when you're reading a book and you're following the narrative along, if I take this book right here, oh snap. Let's say the design of the book is Venus or whatnot. So, by the way, this is an amazing book. Shout out to Glenn Perry. As my finger is following this book along, see where my finger is? That's Mercury. This is Mercury. This book is your life. And so Mercury, as it transits, is what our minds are allowing us to process. When Mercury retrogrades, oh, we need to reevaluate what we just read. That was a lot. We go back. We just came out of We just came out of Mercury in Pisces right now. So right now we just came out of Mercury in Pisces. Is it the last chapter? No, it's the references. No. Kind of. So bam. This is Mercury in Pisces. This is Mercury in Aries. Brand new book, baby. See that cover? There's also a raw book too. Acknowledgements, and now we're following this. So there's so much happening. Like we're still beta testing the car, our powers, but Mercury in Aries is finally stepping you in to activate this relative to everything that has been occurring. This is it. And it's all happening so fast. That's so, because Mercury moves fast. So we're gonna step into a little bit of Astrology 101. This is more just reflections. So you may have a personal understanding of these planets that are different than what I will tell you. And don't let me tell you that you're wrong. Introduction to astropsychology. Because some of you are initiated in different understandings and arts. So just take what I'm saying as a general rundown, but you may have a different wisdom of this. So before we talk about Mercury, the sun is your awareness, the reason why you see me, the vitality that wakes you up in the morning, and your general method and reason for expressing all of your energy through the filter of your conscious spirit. Your moon is your soul. It's your vessel. Any energies that transit it or are there natally, you're a vessel for its power or magic. It's the unique expression of your inner self. And if you think of your sun as who you are, your sun is more an expression of who you are. Your moon, every moon sign has a sun. So don't look at a sun sign as who someone is. It's the moon sign that's in the sun sign. That's why some people get so thrown off, because you see that someone's a zodiac sign, but what's their moon sign? Because the sun sign is what they show you. The moon sign is who they really are inside, which could be totally different from their sun sign. So important. But both the sun and moon are one entity. Like, well, not astronomically, because the moon is the Earth's moon. But like in astrology, your sun and your moon, they all are one composite energy. But just keep that in mind, because the relationship with the moon and Mercury now synthesizes your inner soul essence with your mind's processing. It's one of the most magical conjunctions that happen once a month, all the time. And it's happening in this transit. And it's going to be gnarly AF. So another thing, the thing with the moon is modern science does not acknowledge the true nature of these planets. So this is where Mercury and Aries is going to give you a refresher course. Okay, I'm going to tell you the modern understanding of this, but then this is actually what is activated with this. So we're going to start again. Your sun is primary. It is your consciousness. If it wasn't for the sun, none of the other planets would have any facet of expressing themselves through you. If it wasn't for your heart, your body couldn't beat, and it wouldn't matter what other organs you have. Your heart pumps blood to everything. That's your sun sign, and it is the expression of your spirit. Okay, we're gonna go down the whole solar system. I got you, Tiana. So the sun is your awareness. Modern science has failed to fully acknowledge the spirit because they're afraid. There's horrible implications if you do cross that line, and it's safer to just be empirical. But you know, the sun sign alone is very challenging because you can only quantify material existence, but the sun is proof that spirits exist. So off that rip, astrology is already controversial and proves the existence of spirits, different flavors and reflections. Cool. But outside of the sun just being your awareness, the sun sign in your chart is your spirit power. Your sun has a special manifestation. Not every sun is the same. Like, not every sun in Gemini is a Gemini. Some people manifest with their suns. Some people's sun in Gemini is a brain. Some people's sun in Gemini is in the second house. It's a sword. Some people's sun in Pisces is a genie lamp. Some people's sun in Pisces, they are Pisces. Some people, their sun is a product of like their relationships. So everybody's sun is different. Everybody's sun is unique. Know thyself. Okay, so what the hidden occult understanding of the sun, and this is where the answers have been in your face the whole time. Just look at your chart. So wherever your sun is your spirit power. If you have sun in a fire sign, you're a firebender. You have the spiritual power and force to not even manipulate, to be the essence of with your life force energy. And if you think of it in a Hunter x Hunter way, and express and transmute that element, all right? In a fundamental level, where for fire, you're going to be more passionate. And in a supernatural level, where if you're fire, you can actually bend fire. No cap. No cap. Y'all know this is true. Y'all know this is true. Okay? That's the sun. That's how raw the sun sign is. That's why sun in Aries and sun in Leo are OG. Because the sun rules Leo and it's exalted in Aries. So those two sun signs, most powerful, most strong sun signs. OD. Like there's like Capricorn sun is very powerful, but there's certain Mercury and sun and moon positions. Oh yeah, Hunter x Hunter put me on, bro. Hunter x Hunter is the GOAT, one of the GOAT animes. So like for the sun, Aries and Leo, boom. Like for the moon, Cancer, bar none. Taurus, bar none. And even though it's in fallen Scorpio, moon Scorpio kill you. So keep that in mind. The sun is your spirit power. This is where when we get into the complexities of astrology, because you might have a water moon, a earth Mercury, okay, a earth Mars, but your sun's in air. So even though you have these different elements, you still have to express it through the air element of your spirit. And this is where stuff can clash. It's kind of like in Bleach, where some people's Zanpakuto, they don't get along with the wielder. Like they have a strong bond, but sometimes they don't get along. These are seen in astrology too. Like you might have a water moon, but a fire sun. So you channel like sacred water energy, but you have to express it through fire. This could be a fundamental clash. You might have to go through special training to learn how to wield both. Todoroki. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Like everyone's different and everyone has unique combinations. That's the dopest thing. Everyone has unique combinations. Like no one's, even though you might have the same sun or moon as someone, like it's still different in your expression. And this is what Mercury and Aries is having you understand. It's fleshing out the uniqueness of your upgraded power. So the sun, study every single planet, because every single planet in your natal chart is how you harness your superpower in different ways. If you were an RPG character or you have Pokemon, Mars could be a Pokemon. But like your Mars is not going to have the same Pokemon moves as my Mars. If your Mars is in Taurus, your Mars probably knows like solar beam or replenish. If your Mars is in Leo, it probably knows fire blast, stuff like that. And the transits are going to make this seem very video gamey because Saturn's in Aquarius. That's the hardware. Neptune is in Pisces. It's the software. Neptune since 2012 has been downloading software and new games so that once Saturn comes through, the hardware could be made for it and it's mass produced 2025 once this goes into Aries. So once again, the sun, what would the chart ruler be in the RPG? Chad, very great question. Your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. You could have like an overall ruler with your rising sign, but if your sun sign ruler is more powerful, its influence is going to take over your rising. So you kind of want to, it depends. I'm going to stick it with 3. Really good question. That honestly is like a 30-minute debate. Like there's certain tenets in astrology that because it hasn't really been researched, certain debates haven't been had with scholars yet. And that's the generation we're stepping into. So the sun sign is your spirit, magic, power, strength. Some of you have a passive power. Others of you have an active/passive power. It really depends. Oh my gosh, this is really amazing because the next level of this unpacking right now. Then you have your secret. You have your moon sign. Your moon is really the inner soul that operates with every other energy. The moon also moves like 2.5 days through a zodiac sign. So it sponsors a lot of energies. So the sun is how you express it, but your moon sign is the central element of your core. You can almost say it starts from there. Okay. Everything that you express comes from somewhere inside. So this is why a lot of people say I'm not like most Geminis, because I'm actually at the core Earth, rising Earth, moon Earth. So I'm still air sign. I express, but it's coming from a more grounded place. Versus if I was a Cancer moon or a Scorpio moon, I'm gonna come from a more watery, wiser place. I'm gonna move way different. But this is where the moon sign is your vessel. If the sun is your spirit, the moon is your, that is so true. Wand, hammer, cape, sunglasses, and headband coming near you. That's very true. Yeah, the moon is going to be your vessel. And it's going to now, in conventional postmodern scientific sense and thinking, the moon is your emotions and feeling. Okay. And emotions are still kind of taboo to speak on because emotions aren't rational. You can't really quantify feelings. They really just fall through a spectrum and range. Okay. That's a lie though. Your moon sign is not your emotions. It's not your feelings. Feelings and emotions are like 1/3 of the moon sign. In fact, everything you've been taught, most everything you've been taught about emotions and feelings are a complete lie. And water signs feel this, they live this. Okay. People don't understand water signs because of the propaganda out on psychology and emotions, which is a consequence of humanity having to graduate in understanding. Like we're still getting there. But like your moon sign is your psychic ability. So this is where like if you can look at your chart and look at it in a totally new way, because your understanding of your chart is totally awakened. You don't have emotions. What you call emotions is your psychic ability, because science does not acknowledge psychic arts, because science does not acknowledge postmodern science does not acknowledge psychic ability and the soul. It's been relegated to just emotions, because from a materialist standpoint, you don't see the soul, you don't see the spirit. And so this has been stripped off in the meaning. So your moon is actually your psychic ability. Your moon sign is your soul. Your sun sign is your spirit. The empathic quality of being psychic, which everyone has the capacity to be, is what now stirs up emotional responses because we're all connected. But you know, it's taken time for people to acknowledge that energy connects on that way to now legitimize why people can be empathic. But astrology has always expressed it's the one true science. So your moon, the true understanding your moon is your psychic receptivity. If your moon is in air, you're telepathic. If your moon is in earth, you can literally touch things and gain psychic information. If your moon is in fire, you'll see. Your eyes will literally, you're clairvoyant. If your moon is in water, you're super psychic. Okay. This is where now we go into the personal planets, and Mercury is what allows you to communicate between your moon, between your sun. The reason why you can actually detach and monitor your thoughts and know what your feelings are and know what this and that is Mercury. All right. But before we get into Mercury, Venus is your pleasure. You have masculinity, you have femininity, Mars and Venus. Okay. Your masculine sensuality, sexuality, and your feminine sensuality. How do you like to give it? How do you like to take it? Mars is how you like to give it. Venus is how you like to take it. The house Does the sign is in affect the quality of the sign? So planets are the action. The zodiac sign is the flavor, and the house is where it happens. That's the shortcut. So basically, you can have different flavors of ice cream. So whether you have Rocky Road ice cream, that's a zodiac sign. If you have strawberry ice cream, that's another zodiac sign. If you have chocolate ice cream, that's another zodiac sign. But the types of spoons you dip in, you can have a spoon to eat it out of. You can have a fork to eat it out of. Those are the planets. And then the house is where you eat the ice cream. Are you eating it with another person? That's the 7th house. Are you eating it privately in your own place? That's 4th, 12th house. Are you eating it collectively? That's 11th house. So you want to look at planets as the actual mechanism and action here. And this is where Venus is how you like to take it. How do you like stuff given to you? How do you like to relate with others? Right. Conventional modern thinking expresses Venus through beauty and fashion and how you like to seduce and sensually please people. However, Venus is your connect to manifestation. Wherever Venus is in your zodiac chart is how you manifest money, value, and seduce. When we come into seduction, it's your seduction language more than it is your love language. And then you have Mars. How do you like to give it? How do you like to do it? It's the core of your power. Mars is going to be your libido and your desire. So I'm very sensual. My Venus is in Taurus. I'm also very direct. My Mars is in Aries. We can go right now. So Mars is seen as your desire and your drive, but truly, it's actually at an even deeper level. It's actually at an even deeper level, your Hatsu. So the sun expresses your spirit, but Mars is the drive and action of how you actually do it. And this is important too. Once again, if you think about Hunter x Hunter, Mars is your Hatsu, and the sun is the specialization type of your Hatsu, where you have all this internal mechanisms that filter your uniqueness, but Mars is how you actually do it. And not just do it, Mars is like the activation. So the reason why I was direct, Mars and Aries, I just kind of did it. The way I do it, Sun and Mars are linked here too. But Mars is very pivotal when talking about superpowers, because the cardinal nature and element of your Mars is going to very much so motivate the drive and desire of what pushes you to express through your sun. So where is Mars right now? It's in Aquarius. So this transit is linked to Mercury in Aries. Even more so because Mars is having mutual reception with Mercury in its home sign. Okay? And this is where things get really cool. Because if you want to get to magic, the warrior is Mars, the manifester is Venus, and yet the magician is Mercury. Okay? Because Mercury is what really connects and puts this all together here. If the sun's your heart, Mercury is your mind, not even your brain, it's your mind. So Jupiter is now going to come into your your humor and your beliefs. I'm not going to go too long with this. I'm going to have a special webinar for the rest of these planets. Whereas Jupiter, Chiron is going to transmute. Jupiter is going to really rule higher philosophical thinking. If Mercury is going to focus you on lower minded thoughts, Jupiter is how you philosophize. But the true spiritual nature of Jupiter in your chart is how do you evolve? Just like Digimon or Pokemon, you have an evolution state. How do you reach the next level and expand your energy? Everyone's different. Look to your Jupiter. The reason why it's different though, past Jupiter, is once we step into Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, those superpowers you share with groups of people. So everyone else who I have Saturn and Capricorn with, we draw from a similar source of power, and we are reflections of that mechanism. And that's where things get actually super cool. Saturn is now going to denote how you craft your personal reality through your career, your vocation, what you do. But Saturn is actually the higher octave here of Mars and Venus. And it's the completed version of what you can do with your Mars and how the world around that you create with how you express your sun. But Saturn is also how you harness your superpower. So Jupiter is the evolution aspect of your superpower. Saturn is more the manifestation max aspect. What does your max power look like? If you were super controlled and disciplined and everything you did was on point, that's Saturn. Uranus is, okay, what's my super genius self? This is where Uranus and Neptune actually have supernatural power that you can harness. Like, let's say your life was a video game and you had moves, you have unique superpower moves. However, your Mars is personal. Your Venus is personal. Neptune is a special summon. Uranus is a summon. Jupiter and Saturn are summons that you equip as armor. You can see, like, Neptune is a summon. Pluto is a summon, but they can also affect you too. So Uranus is a special superpower that brings out your inner genius and how you think outside the box, chaos control. And then Neptune is how you transcend. We don't have vocabulary or rhetoric behind the true nature of these planets. So it's actually really impossible for me to put this in words, because both Neptune and Uranus alone as trans-Saturnian planets deal with fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional and transpersonal realms of existence that don't linearly or logically make sense in a way that I can like logically quantify. So instead, I'm going to say Uranus makes you super genius and Neptune is your transcendent form. Neptune is the transcendent form that brings you to your own pocket dimension, which once again is going to be generational. It's not going to be like Neptune in Cap if you're Neptune in Sag. Neptune in Sag all has like clairvoyance. Neptune in Capricorn, that's the telekinesis generation. Neptune in Scorpio, that's like the Neptune in Aqua is the claircognizant generation and the all-knowing generation, and Neptune in Scorpio is really deep juju, but it's like I'm trying to find the word for it. It's like just having it's just like traditional psychic arts, like picking up information. But I'm not going to go through all the signs. This is the everything that I'm saying is not even the fullness, it's just the basic general rundown. And then Pluto is your transformation. Pluto is really how you harness destruction in an unconscious way to kind of reach a peak zenith. But it's an awakener too. So that one's more transit based. So is Pluto like Super Saiyan? Great question, Chad. If we were going to use the power system of Dragon Ball Z, let's take Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's take Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Let's take Hunter x Hunter. Let's take Dragon Ball Z, okay? The power system with which you can shoot ki blasts, right? In some shows it's chi, in some shows it's ki. The system of power that delineates this is this type of move, this is that type of move, this is that type of move. That is Saturn. Okay, for Hunter x Hunter, it's Nen. That whole power system, Saturn. For Dragon Ball Z, it's Ki. Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Namekian, that whole power system is Saturn. So Pluto would be the Hakai, the gods of destruction in Dragon Ball Super that can shoot Hakai or god of destruction energy. That is actually Pluto. Jupiter, you asked a fascinating question. Jupiter is the ability to go Super Saiyan. If you think about Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, these are power multipliers based on a base state. Ryatsu, based on Bleach, is a power system in concept. So the chi would be the moon, but the system around it will be Saturn. So if you think about going Super Saiyan, it's based on your base state, but it's just a multiplier of energy. That is Jupiter. So that's why it's easy. Sagittarius and Pisces, or people with that energy, can actually, with the mutable sign, change into higher states of energy. It's easy for Sagittarius to flare their life force because their spirit is living magic fire. It's literally amazing. It's not going to be easy for earth and air signs because the way they do it is totally different. And this is why you got to know, you might be in an environment that makes you do things in fire sign ways, but you're an earth sign. You might be a fire sign trapped in an earth environment. This is where you really got to own up. And Mercury in Aries is going to teach you how to really return back to your fundamental skill set and see it in a whole new way. Because it's all, because you're evolved now. This is a great collective awakening. What you thought you can do really good, you can actually do way better. And you're about to find out. It's about to shock and blow your mind. Like you're way more powerful. I'm not trying to gas you up too. Like it's going to really feel weird because like, oh crap, like I didn't even know. So Jupiter is your ability to go Super Saiyan. You might not have the same evolution state though. Maybe your Jupiter is in Pisces. So your evolution is a transcendence. Maybe your Jupiter is in Scorpio. So your evolution isn't like going Super Saiyan. It's a whole transformation, right? So that's where you'll know your Jupiter sign, how you could do that. Mars is the ability to actually harness your life force. So your sun sign, if this was Hunter x Hunter, is your Nen, your chi, your life force. Everyone has a unique life force, but how you harness it is different. So Mars, when you see people in Dragon Ball Z go, some people flare it out. Some people well it up. That's Mars. Mars is how to harness that before you focus it and take action. Boom. So the reason why I'm talking about mechanics like this is because Saturn's in Aquarius now. And we're starting Mercury in Aries, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius. This one sextile literally sets off this transit. This is the difference between Mercury going into Aries like, I'm here, versus following an alignment and knowing what it's doing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, because I'm not breaking down these superpowers and references just to be an anime nerd. You are stepping onto the battlefield. Mercury is the reader. Mercury is in Aries. You're now coming into an awareness of the conflict and environment we're in. Because next month, at the end of this month, it's going to be on Uranus. And this is going to now bloop, bloop, completely manifest a higher programmed update of how you process your superpowers. Okay? Right now, it's in your spirit. Mercury in Aries is now making you aware. There we go. Your status bar. By the time it's in Gemini, your status bar is set. You can literally choose what attacks you have, right? So Mercury in Aries is creating that. It's like, okay, I got this attack, I got this attack, I got this attack, right? Before you start to stockpile them in Taurus, Aries is actually 9th house Sagittarius creating what this is. And this is where Saturn in Aquarius is giving you the database of the knowledge of your recently awakened superpower. Like, hey, this is really what you can do. And this is where like you have to actually do it to break it in. So as you do it, maybe the first couple times nothing happens. Oh, but you got it, just like riding a bike. Okay, so let me actually run down how crazy these transits are, because this is within the moon gauntlet. The moon gauntlet's going to come through here. Okay, by the time the moon, which is now in Capricorn, is in Aries, all the power that's unlocking right now is going to come into Aries and Mercury and download. You're going to get download. And it's going to be like, boom, we got it. We got it. Rambo on Thor. I feel you. It's going to take like 8 seasons, but I feel you. It's going to download and then boom. So everything before that is just reconfiguring your mind, kind of like starting a new game or in Pokemon where you have to have a few practice battles. So Mercury's in Aries from April 11th to April 27th. It is sponsoring Aries season into Taurus season. So while our conscious minds are activating power and manifesting value, Mercury is catching up with the sun so that unlock it with Chiron, Colby, thank you, so that your mind can actually activate the essence and energy to move you forward with upgrades. The way you're going to be processing magically is going to open your mind to new skills, new powers, new abilities. And this is where this is so badass because it just transcended in Pisces. So every Mercury transit is going to upgrade, and you're going to go through such powerful development in such a short amount of time. So we start this off with Mercury sextile Saturn. So Mercury is going to get that bookmark from Saturn and extend along. That's like reading a book about something before you do it. That's like learning your name is Groot. Then it's going to go conjunct Chiron April 14th, and it's going to unlock it with Chiron. Your mind is going to unlock. This is where the energy transmutes. And the whole purpose of this Aries is sparking spirit so that your words have force to them, spirit force, okay? And then Mercury is going to have a run with Mars. This is going to be the coolest shit ever. April 17th to the 22nd, Mercury and Mars are going to sextile from Mars and Aquarius and unlock the swag, and Mercury and Aries, and they're going to sextile together. And then Mercury is going to overtake it, and then it's going to square Jupiter and Pluto. Bam, Shark Tank. And then it's going to go into Taurus. So that run is like you find out I am Groot. And then you get unlocked with Chiron. I am Groot. And then you have that run with Mars. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. And then you have the showdown, which is the final boss battle at the end of April. I am Groot. And then they're like, all right, Groot, we're going to invest in you. We'll put you on a Marvel movie or something. And boom, horrible. I think that might have been the worst analogy I've ever made in my whole life. Pat myself on the back for that. So yeah, this is crazy because like that run with Mars is going to stimulate real-time exercise and practical, manifestation of you breaking in these magical powers and techniques. And it's based off the principle of uniqueness. Saturn in Aquarius square Uranus in Taurus. Okay. And Mercury in Aries. Thank you guys. I'm really glad y'all like that analogy. It's really gonna be like that, kind of. It's crazy. The whole purpose of Mercury in Aries is to identify fully with your path. Like your mind is catching up to your spirit. So your spirit has already been here. Like you're aware of who you are, but now your mind is understanding it like, oh, I got it like that. I got it like that. I'm doing this and this is happening. Oh, okay. This is what we're doing. How we do it is when we're in Virgo, like 5 months from now, and that's gonna be intense. But the sextile to Saturn is expressing forth the divine wisdom because it's crossing Pisces into Aries. And then the conjunction to Chiron on the 14th is giving you the personal key to activate this and unlock this while the moon was unlocking it. By the time it'll be on Chiron, it'll be in Pisces, I believe. And so April 17th to the 22nd is very crucial. By the time we step into the 17th, Mercury, which will be second decan of Aries, you're picking up, remember, Mercury moves fast, so you're picking up a lot of speed. Right now, as we speak, Mercury is 4 degrees. It's in between Saturn and Mars, so this is still the information gathering. It's sextiling Saturn, and this is you downloading information, and then it's going to sextile Mars. Time to move, but you're downloading on the move. So you're just picking it up. Okay, time to do it. Okay. Some of you, this is you activating prayer warrior powers. You're learning new spells. You're doing things different. You're tweaking your abilities. You're running faster. You're breaking records as far as how fast you can do workouts. It's very active energy. Everything from now until the 17th is a global realization of the uniqueness of your power. As you activate this by daily constant claiming and action, the more action you do, the more you break this in. However, once we move past tomorrow, as soon as tonight and tomorrow, because it's all going down tonight, tomorrow, and next tomorrow. Oh my God, it's just the next tomorrow. This is what's going to complete and now awaken fully these natural talents that should feel new, because this is the first time Chiron is in Aries under these circumstances. So the activation of this cycle between Mercury and Chiron is going to be like being shocked and imbued with supernatural ability. And this is where that run with Mars is going to have you out really showing and proving, as the action in Mars in Aquarius amongst the collective is now going to be individually expressed. You're taking action in the collective, expressing who you are. I am Groot. 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 Of course, with your actions, right? But I am Groot. All right. And like, this is where by the 21st, when the moon conjuncts Mercury, the moon's going to conjunct Mercury at 18 degrees. This is where Mercury is going to take over the sextile with Mars. And everything from now until the 21st is to prepare you. Do degrees make a difference? Yeah, degrees get really specific, especially if you have any Aries energy in your chart. Mercury is also going to be manifesting and activating its energy for you. If you think of Mercury as like a touch-up or an upgrade or an uploading, Mercury is literally double-clicking your planet and starting the program for that cycle. So by the time we get to the 21st, right now as we speak, just like me, I just did my first peace Kamehameha wave, right? You're activating the ability to spark fire. And now Uranus and Taurus, it's like, holy shit, I can do that? I always knew I could, but this goes against everything I've been taught. Neptune and Pisces. Wow. And now you're understanding with everything you've downloaded the wisdom of that. 21st of April is where it's like, I've practiced over the last week. And in a very short amount of time, I went from, oh, wow, to, oh, wow. And then the square between Mercury and Jupiter and Pluto is now juxtaposing this awakening. Because remember, Mercury was conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. Not Pluto in Scorpio. Mercury was conjunct Pluto and Jupiter. January 2020, when we had that new moon, especially, January 14th, 2020. Wherever you were January 14th, 2020, the awakening and crystallization of your mind's ability to process at this level is now being filled in with that power. So this is a checkpoint of January 2020. And I want to use the Shark Tank analogy, because in Shark Tank, you're going against Capricorn, Aquarius, a panel of judges, so that they can Taurus fund you. But you're the Aries, you're the individual bringing something new, original, Aries. But the square is, do they like it or not? Is it practical and useful enough? So it's almost as if the power you're developing now is going to be tested heavily once we step past the 21st, because this is where we're going to square Pluto, we're going to square Jupiter, we're going to square Saturn in Aquarius, and then we're going to square Mars in Aquarius. And this is where things are going to start to get difficult, because now we're having to take the power we just sparked and sustain it through consistency, and now apply it materially to manifest material. And it's more than just one power. And this is really more so about communicating who you are. But because Chiron's here, it's transfusing supernatural essence through everything that you do. And this is where it stops being subtle and it starts being super in your face. Okay. So here's the best way to see this. You're in a video game, Divine RPG. Yeah. The 17th is where you start making runs and missions. And then you come into some goodies on the 21st. But April 24th to 26th is your own personal boss battle. This is the first boss battle of the game. And you know how the first boss battle goes. The first boss battle really exists to make sure that you have a fundamental grasp of how the mechanics of the video game go. Because if you don't, your ass is toast. You're going to get washed. You're not going to make it past the middle of the video game. After that first boss battle is where the plot starts to get set up. If I don't have any Aries in my chart, am I okay? Oh, great question, Wendy Knight. Everyone has Aries in their chart. But if you don't have any planets in Aries, it's still a house in your chart. So it's going to show you where it's happening. You still do have powers, but you focus your powers in other zodiac signs. You don't express it through Aries. You focus it elsewhere. Great question. So after this boss battle, the plot's going to be set up. It's going to open the doorway into what you just stepped into. And there's really no turning back. Okay, so everything up until now is coming into the mechanics of the first level of a video game for the first time. You're beta testing. You're realizing, okay, wow, this is how I operate in this game. Okay, I can move omnidirectionally. I can do this type of move. You know what I'm saying? The conjunction to Chiron is almost initiating conflict that will force victory. Just so through that, you know mechanics of how because it's not learning how to do it, you're setting it. You're actually creating it through your action. I don't want to really purport these transits as happening to you as much as you're co-creating with it. So, Mercury is sponsoring this for you. And that run with Mars is going to be epic. That run with Mars is going to be so epic because you're going to be downloading with the moon sacred information that you're going to take into you with this boss battle. And how do you better prepare? Great question. We're doing this activation right now. And the moon is unlocking power in you right now. By the time the moon goes into Aquarius to transmit this into Mercury, you are literally on the verge of breaking through a new ability. It's actually multiple abilities, but let's just say it's a new ability. You're about to break through a new ability. It's hatching in your being, and this is about to come to form. And the crazy thing is that it's happening to everyone collectively, but because of Neptune and Pisces, illusion of separation, you may not really know that the moment you did, your next door neighbor came to a realization too. But you're manifesting this collective ability tonight, tomorrow, next tomorrow, individually, as you've been manifesting. And as you break this through, how to better prepare for the boss battle is to grind every day, because now you're going to be guided. Neptune, Saturn, and Aquarius. You know how you play a video game and you get the mission, right? You get the mission of each level you have to do. That's Saturn and Aquarius. If Saturn wasn't an Aquarius, you wouldn't know what to do. It would just be a free form video game. You just literally be out there, and then you would wait to come into conflict and go from there. But Saturn's an Aquarius. So you know, okay, first I got to do this, then I got to do that, then I got to do this, then I got to do that. Like, you're covered. It's lit. And this is where, once this activates, see, okay, I'm going to cut this short. Before we start to go into the readings, let me just flip this on your head, because the whole purpose of this Venus retrograde is to swap out the evil Isis with the pure Isis, or the evil twin with the pure twin. Okay, it's not specific to Isis. I just said her name, but some of you, the main boss is like your twin flame, or your dark twin, or a soulmate, or a past life individual. Okay, and like, you're going to awaken power now, that once this power is brought out of the non-material realm of your essence into this material existence, your soulmate is going to know. This analogy is not going to apply to everyone, but if this analogy applies to you, I want you to comment a lightning bolt or an exclamation mark emoji. Your soulmate, and I'm not talking about a romantic soulmate, I'm talking about a counterpart to your soul, okay? Your soulmate is working for a secret society organization that is looking for power you have. And so because you guys are soulmates, when you manifest your essence of power, they're going to feel it. And when they feel it, they're going to know where you are. So before, you were protected because this energy did not awaken in you yet. It was still within you. It is you, but it was still within you. Now you're manifesting. This collective awakening is triggering you to manifest the non-material essence of your power materially. Let's say it's a sword. When that sword manifests, your soulmate's going to be like, oh, it's time. We can locate it. We couldn't locate it before. We can locate it. Okay, this is like the romantic twist. You're going to go through that Venus in retrograde North Node portal. You're going to connect with your true Gemini, true soulmates, right? You may find that another soulmate is going through another issue with theirs, and this is going to reorganize. See, the South Node Gemini portal put you in soulmate situations with people who you actually have dark aspects with. This is now reversing with the North Node that's going to connect you with people who you were meant to be. But I don't want to say bad, because some of these people you married, it's not a bad or good thing. It's purely energetic on a soul level. You guys are hashing out beef, but you have this human existence where you overlap stuff that masks the unconscious war. Cool. So that's what this Chiron thing is. That's why you're on the battlefield. And that's what's going to prepare for this initial boss battle. When that square comes, this is the first confrontation with that soulmate. This is the first confrontation with energies that will seek to use manipulative dominance to take away from who you are. And now this is Mercury and Aries having to stand up for who you are. So it's like, nope, this is who I am. I don't care if you don't approve of it. I stand up for it. You had manipulative power over me. Not anymore. I'm taking my power back. And once you pass that boss battle, boom, Mercury and Taurus, you now get rewarded just like you get money after you win a boss battle. And you're on Uranus, and you're manifesting the next level of this. And we step into a whole new narrative. Boom. The moon comes back around, and it goes back into the gauntlet again. And we prepare for a mega boss battle Cancer season. The next major boss battle is going to be Cancer season. It's going to be ugly. Oh my gosh, summer is going to be ugly. But because of the ugliness of that, Leo season is going to be amazing. Okay, if you make it victorious, it's like the victory after a powerful battle. So yeah, y'all, this is really, really dope because it's all happening now. It's all happening now. It's literally all happening now. Especially if you took part of the ritual we did yesterday, you're getting expedited into this. Okay, so everything that I just told you, Nicole, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for hearing me out. Everything that I just told you is more my transmission. You, because this is a very individual transit and Neptune is a part of this now, you watching this have your own sacred wisdom. You have a pocket dimension outside of this reality, and you have a God self, a goddess self. I don't like to use the term God, goddess. You have a celestial self. You have an ultimate version of your character that's awakening. Mercury, Venus, and Mars is how you express the subversions of it. Jupiter is how you step into it, and Saturn's how you manifest it. So Mercury in Aries is taking you along the adventure. However, just like there are positive counterparts to your soul, some soulmates are meant to be your enemies, that maybe through conflict, they become your friend or not, or you kill them, or vice versa. But yeah, so this is where, you know what I'm saying, that dynamic, and I'm not talking about romantic soulmates. I'm talking about like the real soulmate stuff. like that's like life or death. So keep that in mind, because this is going to trigger everybody. Once this triggers within you, you're going to start connecting with friends different who have the same affinity as your power. But the definition of what your power is, Mercury and Aries. This is where your Mercury is like, this is it. This is it. Like Naruto Sasuke soulmate, yes. That type. Because you're awakening, this is the deeper aspect of Saturn and Aqua. It's fleshing out your soul family. You have aspects with past life soulmates who you have similar missions, but the way you want to go about it is totally opposite. You might be opposite signs with somebody, right? And you might want revolution, but they might want cooperation. And so you harness the same energy. Now you're enemies. It's not even like you have to hate each other. That's why I don't want to say that they're evil or that they're bad. You might be the bad guy. That's the thing I love about this year and this season. You might find out you were a light worker or whatever. You were the bad guy the whole time. And it was your destiny to be the bad guy, because you're not really good or bad. But narratively speaking, you might find that out. You might find that destiny, your destiny path is to be a certain character that is a catalyst for other stuff, and you get it. Oh, and are you bad? That's the wonders of perception. So I'm not going to say that this person's bad or good, but they are they're opposition. You clash with their goals, and they clash with your goals. This is the fundamental mechanics and science behind relationships in astrology. Seventh house is an opposition. So now we have to come together and really resolve the conflict. We have to work through a relationship to resolve this. Of course, some people get into partnerships through love, and because you get along in a companionship type of way. But these dynamics between partnerships is what makes the 6th and 7th house the house of open enemies, whereas 12th is a hidden enemy. But it's open because every single person in life is going to have an open enemy. Everyone has a 7th house. And it's not even like I hate you. It's just I have an opposing viewpoint to what you do. It's energy. No matter what idea you have, there will be at least 4 different viewpoints. There's going to be the opposing viewpoint. If you say you like chicken, there's someone that does not like chicken. If you say that you like slow songs, there's someone who likes fast songs. And then there's someone who kind of likes slow songs or fast songs. And then there's someone who doesn't like either. Like there's always going, that's just science. That's why, and that's the one reason why if people don't like you, that's not a bad thing. That's normal. It is totally normal for some people to hate you or not like you. And you're just energetically, you can be the best person ever. There's going to be some people who don't like you, but scientifically speaking, there are also going to be people who can't get enough of you. So keep that in mind too. When you know how energy works, you can see through facades. You can know who's acting like they don't like you or acting like they have to, put on a tough face because you know how energy works. Baby love, I trine you, baby love. My sun and moon is 5th house to your sun and moon. I don't have to try and seduce you. The way I am, you love it. I know you love it naturally. This is where, you don't have to worry about it. Low self-esteem is now crushed in this aspect because if someone doesn't like you, scientifically speaking, there's someone who trines you, who loves you, someone who sextiles you, who likes you, someone who needs you. So you just got to know yourself and know how you fit in with everything. And Mercury in Aries is really going to reteach you how to do this so you reclaim your personal power in time for an epic ass boss battle. April 24th is where some of you individually are like, screw this virus, screw this quarantine, screw this limitation. I'm putting matters into my own hands. And you're not building castles out in the sky. You're taking legit, concrete, practical action that by October is manifested, and then you're taking it to the world. This is where if you are called to do that, it's activating now. Boom, work that magic. And the last thing that I'm going to say is you are stepping in to a supernatural upgrade and evolution of the mechanics with the way you take your abilities and apply them to your life. The last decade was awakening your abilities. 2010 to 2020 was about letting you know, hey, you're amazing. You're actually the shit. You're super amazing too. You have intuitive abilities. What are those, you ask? We'll show you. And this was just to let you know, hey, you got it like that. This decade is all about now integrating your powers with your life. It's like, hey, you have clairvoyance, right? Just use it for your test. Hey, this shit is about to be like, oh yeah, and break bills and Hogwarts. It's all of it in once, y'all. And the supernatural mechanic of how you step into it is collective. It's something that hits everybody, and that collective energy, which is happening. So it's not one thing that will happen, it's happening, and you're individually coming into it. So that's how amazing you are. This is literally all about saying, okay, we just proved that you can talk to angels. Well, now this is how you do it every day. And you're defining that. Centered around who you are with who you are. Boom. It's amazing. It's awesome. And as you step in to this supernatural upgrade of how you apply the advanced mechanics of your abilities into your life and subsequently revolutionize and innovate your whole life, you must understand the most important thing. The way it's going to be like for you is not going to be the same way it's going to be like for anyone. So if you don't know what to do, start with you. What would you do? And this is fundamentally refocusing back your power to you so you can take your power back for you and make more authentic action through you. So I'm preparing you for tomorrow when this starts to really activate, because it's literally going to be like, oh my God, I can hear like 5 different conversations in my head if you want a shroom. And it's going to be like, oh wow, I see visions every now and then, to, oh my gosh, I'm looking at a ghost orgy right now. Oh my gosh, I went from praying for protection to, damn, I am literally exorcising spirits. Like, it's happening. And for some of you, this could be so fast that it's shocking. For others of you, it'd be like, oh, it's about time. I was waiting for this upgrade. So it's an upgrade. And the whole purpose of this is to take this upgrade and push it over the next 6 months. Because in 6 months from now, we're in a position where socially we can share our individual experiences with everyone else, and now begin to Saturn and Aqua and create new collectives based on this collective upgrade. So it should feel weird in a sense where you don't know what you're walking into. It should feel like, is this it? Like, and then boom, I just got struck by lightning, and now I have a costume and I can fly, and what the hell is happening? But you won't know what the hell is happening. Thank you, Kayla. You won't be wondering what the hell is happening because you gang. You follow star transits. You've been hip. You've been a part of really emitting these positive frequencies by just being you and authentically to help influence and also, you know, guide and lead others, not really even towards light, but towards the truth. Okay, so perfect. I'm going to, I think the most important part about this, when the Power Rangers activate their power, they say something and then they press something. Red Ranger, go! Bloop! That's Aries Taurus. Okay, you're coming into your own personal Aries Taurus sequence. You can even create that right now if you want, and then just do it every day. But I feel like this is going to come to you because of Saturn and Aqua. You're coming into it, and it's not, and it's like you say it, and there's physiological like activation. It's something that is fixed. It's something that you've been working on for 3 years, but now it's activated because your car is out the body shop. So in the comment section below, comment down what are some of your abilities? What is Mercury in Aries is going to be you activating these abilities, okay? Mercury in Taurus is going to be you strengthening these abilities through repetition and practice. And then Mercury in Gemini is going to be you literally practicing it, gaining experience. So Mercury in Aries is like creation and production. If Mercury in Aries is, okay, I have a thunder move, I have a fire move, and Mercury in Taurus is fleshing out that thunder move and fire move, Mercury in Gemini is like, okay, I'm going to actually go out here and practice in nature this, observe. And then Mercury in Virgo is mastering it. It's like, okay, I know if I do it like this and this, I get this effect. And then Mercury in Aqua Sag is where we compete with it. And it's like we're using it out in the world, and then we come back around, learn it all over again. So once again, the reason why it's going to be new is Saturn's in Aqua, that's new. Chiron is in Aries, that's new. Uranus is in Taurus. It is now fleshing this through. So Aries, Mercury in Aries for ya. Aries, we have the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. This is very interesting. Intuitively, what flashed in my mind was that someone is telling you something to leave someone or something, but they lying. It's like if someone's like, oh, your boyfriend is cheating on you, or your friend said something bad about you, but they didn't say anything bad. They just want you to leave that friend. This is kind of what I pick up intuitively. So be very mindful, Aries. It's someone trying to finesse what you have, so they make you leave. They want you to have like a bad impression so that you walk away, maybe thinking that somebody, I almost have a vision, Aries, like it could even be tied to a love interest. Someone who you like, and then someone's like, oh yeah, she don't like you. She was dogging you. And then you walk away all sad, but that's a lie. She never really said that. So be very mindful. Taurus. Of course, we have you making money, Taurus. Ah, look at that. Look at that, Taurus. You're going back to the drawing board and you're polishing up new investments and new income streams. So it's definitely setting up more wealth. This is going to be a really great period for money to you. But it's like you're changing the direction of how you're manifesting too. And this is a healthy new beginning, new workout regimens, new diets. It's lit. Gemini. Oh, no, no Christmas tree. It's lit. Oh, Gemini, practice and repetition. You're being bestowed earthly power. You're coming into a lot of money and you're investing that money. So you're investing in new income streams and you're also setting up new productivity. Okay. So don't be afraid to play with your money, Gemini, when it comes to investments. But similar to Taurus, you're coming into really good abundance. It's like you're coming into extra money and then you're taking some of that money to like invest or manifest with. Cancer. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is someone very reliable. So we're seeing a greater stabilization of your income. Thank you, the Supreme Being. And I almost feel like this is you being a reliable person as someone who needs it. It's not like the Six of Pentacles that is like actively giving other people money, but it's like, hey, if you need anything, I got you. Like if you need help moving stuff, I got you. For some of you Cancers, if you're having some type of financial difficulty, you're going to stabilize it this week. But I see y'all as the Knight of Pentacles being reliable to people who kind of need the help, which is really cool. I think you're going to be helping other people out with their financial situation without having to give them money, though. It's like you're just giving them advice, which is even better. Leo, we have, this is beautiful. You see the cup and the cup here. So we have a newer connection to spirit. The Temperance could also be like this really cool soulmate who their personality totally complements your personality. But I see this as like if you decided to go sober, if you decided to quit smoking cigarettes and you're like, I'm just going to live more purely, this is just like a fresh start. It's really fresh and it feels really good. And it's like angelic support. It's also new intuitive gifts and abilities and a spiritual awakening that is subtle, but really balanced. Virgo. Nice. We have awakening. Okay. Virgo, certain childhood trauma is finally being purged. And this is going to awaken like nostalgia within you. For some of you, it's a soulmate connection that's being awakened. You and someone from your past or past life are being drawn back together because you're going to realize that you have a higher purpose together. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be an old friend. It could be a sibling. But this is also you stepping more into purity here. Some of you could be opening up to working with children too. But that Six of Cups is a really feel-good energy. This is a very positive energy. And you really want to see it as like awakening something very pure and innocent in your life with someone very special. Libra. What's up, Miss Kiki? So Libra, you came just in time, Miss Kiki. We have Justice and the King of Pentacles. So this is definitely operating on a really huge level. I'm sensing more like contracts being signed at a corporate level to okay, so to me, this is like a CEO and his lawyer. And Libra, you're probably the lawyer, but this is at one level making sure you're up to date with your taxes and all financial obligations. But it's I'm gonna say that it's urging you to be lawyered up. Make sure, because I think you're about to spend more money. You're about to like make more financial moves that you have to make sure you're on the right side of the law with. And you want to make sure you have like a lawyer check if every, because you might think there's certain things you don't have to do that you have to do. And but on everything, I feel like you're the lawyer. I feel like you might be your own lawyer. And if anything, the King of Pentacles might be someone rich who you're going to be advising. But also, it's saying that if anyone offers you anything, make sure you look at the paperwork. But this is you operating on a higher financial level, but making sure the paperwork is straight. It's a lot of money you're going to be, and it's because it's a lot of money you're going to be dealing with. That's why. So you want to make sure there's an agreement, because it's the type of money that if there's no proper agreement, there could be a lot of embezzlement. Like you can get finessed down the line. Scorpio, it's a lot of money you're dealing with. So you got the same card as Cancer, and we have the High Priestess. So both Cancer and Scorpio got the Five of Pentacles. The High Priestess is peeping game. Scorpio, it's not saying that you're gonna be have poverty or anything, but you're going to be coming into wisdom. There's an ancient wise proverb. I don't know if it's a proverb, but there's a wise saying where it's like you can tell who is who by the way they treat someone who they don't need anything from. So the thing about the Five of Pentacles is like knowing who your friends are, and the High Priestess is going to really be guiding and revealing mechanics of how people talk to you, how people treat you. You're going to really notice how certain people don't treat other people, but they're comfortable treating you a certain way. And this is just going to kind of key you into a respect or a lack of respect. But I feel like that High Priestess, there's some secret magic here. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now here is another message for you, Scorpio. And Cancer, yeah, here's another message for you, Scorpio. You're going to deal with, you might meet someone homeless who approaches you. So someone homeless might approach you, or someone who on the surface looks broke, but it's a front. They're super psychic. Maybe they're like an ancient deva. Maybe they're like a patron saint for the homeless and they want to test you. But they're going to come up, it's a common thing with Cancer too. Someone that looks broke is going to come to Cancer, but they're really not at Pentacles. Someone is going to look or act like they're broke, but they're really wise. Like they have insider knowledge that can hook you up. But I feel like you're the High Priestess too. So it could work in that sense too, where you're hooking up people in that sense. So keep that in mind. I feel like that message is going to speak to some of you. Sagittarius. Hancock, right? Sagittarius. Oh, we got the Fool card. Always going on an adventure. These two wanted to come out. Sag, I feel like you are a new adventure to this more laid back individual. I feel like, and this could even be the final boss. This is you starting a video game. This could be the final boss. It could be someone you have to rescue. This could be someone you have to rendezvous with. Probably someone you have to meet. Someone who's going on an adventure with you. I do want to stress the dynamic between these being two different people. And I feel like they see you as the Fool card, as someone new and exciting in their life, Scorpio and Virgo. But this is really just a financially stable counselor who, yeah, they might not have King of Pentacles money, but they pay their own bills, right? They can take care of themselves. And it's like you're getting ready to like rock their whole world. And whether that's a good or bad thing depends on their relationship with you. So that's very interesting. Capricorn. Who else got this? Virgo got this. Ah, Capricorn, it's time. Yeah. Some of you Capricorns that are wrapped up in some vicious legal battles, justice is not playing. All the good that you've done is going to be exposed. So the stuff that, because I feel like some Capricorns are not being fairly represented, and like the stuff that you needed justice for is going to be fully exposed. Like people who are falsely accusing you are going to be exposed. It works the other way around. Like if you're on the wrong side of the law, that's going to be exposed. But Capricorn, this is your awakening into a higher order. Mercury in Aries is going to fully awaken you and put you on your mission. And it's like the justice card here is like you're going to be put on service. It's like awakening superpowers, and now you're a police officer or something like that. But that justice card to me is like aligning your highest purpose to a very sacred order for justice. Some of you are going to be set forth on, legal and exorcism paths that is really just going to fervor your sense. And Libra is your 10th house. So that's why I feel it's very legacy. Aquarius. We have the 5 of Cups. Boy, justice is coming for everybody. Okay. Who did it come for before Capricorn? Is this the 4th time justice came up? Justice coming for all y'all. So Aquarius, there's multiple meanings here. Aquarius, I think you've been lamenting for a long time just certain people getting over on you, certain people stealing your ideas, certain people being unfair to you, certain people hiding behind the law to get over you, and justice is ready to address this. If you've been mourning anything that you felt you were unfairly represented for, this is it. This transit is going to balance that for you. It's going to right that for you. But I'm not going to lie. The first intuition that I got was a little bit the other way around. I feel like justice might file on your behalf. And certain people who thought they got away with screwing you over, they about to be sad. They're just going to be like, excuse me. I don't work like karma, but I'm working like karma right now. Okay. So I think it's going to balance out a lot you felt depressed or sad or dark about in hindsight. And then the final interpretation for this is some of you Aquarians are the justice. Like you're going to be helping those. You're going to be like pointing out people who you can see don't have anyone fighting for them. And you're going to claim victory for them. You're going to help them gain justice through their situations with your Mercury and Aries power that's awakening. And Pisces. Very well said, Sharon. Very well said. So Cancer, all the water signs got this. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is very interesting. All the water signs got this. Oh, that's so interesting because like the side card to these are very in contrast. So Pisces, this is your wish come true, which is so interesting. A manifestation of this might be like if you have to make a decision, it doesn't always have to be a choice, but if you have to make a decision between getting paid like $500 an hour versus getting paid like $10 an hour, you would get what you want with the $10 an hour job. And that's a horrible analogy. But there's something very special about this. I want to go with the same scenario with Scorpio, but it's almost like, you know, I got it. I got it. First of all, Pisces, you embody this principle. Actually, like this. So this is going to happen to you, or you're the one happening. And I think you're the one happening. So some of you Pisces might be looking like straight up bums. Some of you might be looking like straight up bums out here, and you're trolling people. You're like on some Coming to America shit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna go out in public, and I'm gonna not really look that cute. But then you're literally someone's wish come true, and it's like a test. It's like if you were to glow up, people would come to you because they see you're this super sexy genie. So you're like, okay, let me just look ugly. And then if someone like actually likes me for me, then I'm gonna glow up on it. I'll be like, this is what you wanted the whole time. But now you're just like putting a mask, like you're going out of your way to not look like A class. And then you test people, you see if people treat you differently, you're like, you don't even know. I'm super califragilisticexpialidocious magic. Like, and then the people, but people who are really cool with you, you hook them up. You're like, okay, I got you. Okay. Like imagine like you meet some homeless girl on the street who looks really cute, and it's like, oh wow, you look really cute. And then you help that person, and then bam, she realized she was Rihanna the whole time, and she's just like, what's up? I'm a billionaire. I was just acting like I was bro. I was pranking you. Okay, Pisces, you would be on some crazy shit like that too, yo. But it is what it is. I mess with it. So you might have to deal. You might have to deal with that too. So the appearances can be deceiving because you might deal with someone who might not have anything materially, but they're going to help you manifest directly what you wanted. So keep that in mind too. And the fact that we got all of that with water signs is so interesting. Does anyone want to take a pass at what that might mean? I feel like water signs might be hiding behind the guise of that to do some, or it doesn't have to be hiding, but it is what it is. So that was fun. Thank you guys. I'm gonna get into the PayPal and Super Chat. I am open for live readings. If any one of you would like to order, if not, totally cool. I'm gonna get into the PayPals first. For those of you who are members, I'm going to be coming out with an exclusive April scheduling. So I'll let you know the dates that each of the tier stuff will come through. And we're going to be focusing more on the start of tour season. So webinar coming soon for my God Squad members. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Patricia Chappelle Johnson. Patricia, we have the 5 of Swords. It is on site. It is definitely on site. Let anyone who needs to know that know it is on site. Your death is Mercury and Aries, especially, is going to be a lot of opinions, a lot of politically charged conversations, and just be very mindful of addressing. Bye, Domina. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for showing up. It has the potential to be ugly, but just see it as like turbulence. You're going to go through it. It's not going to be permanent. the things being said just need to be aired out so people know who's who. Other than that, though, yeah, just prepare. It's not really it looks like a bad card, but it's kind of that thing where through those arguments, a lot is revealed. And it doesn't even have to be arguments. It's just like miscommunication. So the reason why I'm saying it, there's no remedy for this. It's not like anything that has to change. It might even be a good thing, but just be mindful of that. Don't take too personally what people are saying, because they're coming from a more scattered mind, or anyone who might antagonize you. So Maritza Barajas, thank you. Let's see what we got. We have the Six of Wands. You are coming into great admiration. Great admiration here. Clear your shield, clear and shield your energy. So it's kind of like how when Jesus was walking amongst the crowd and someone touched his garment, and he's like, who touched my energy? And people are like, dude, everyone's touching you. But he's like, no, but who touched my energy? So like, you're going to come into adoration, but just to make sure your energy is clear around you. Not even because like you have to worry about anything, but you might be dealing with a lot more people who are working or dealing with your energy. So it's like, it's a twofold message. It's you coming into greater admiration and leadership, but it's also saying like with greater fame and admiration, you have to kind of work on dealing with these dynamics as well. Karen Cruz. Well, the Six of Wands for you too. So especially with Mercury and Aries, any projects you've done, any work you've done, you're going to be highly favored. It's going to be favorably received. So, you know, getting this card, you can actually walk into it with confidence. Also, it's saying you want to take a break or a vacation from whatever has you currently burdened. If you have a lot of work on your plate that you've been working too hard at, take at least a mini break or vacation from it so that you don't come into performance burnout. You guys stay blessed as always. We're going to, no, we're not. Hold on. When will I get my new place? Ooh. Taurus season. The Hierophant is Taurus season, so April 20 to May 20, relatively soon. And you may not even be expecting it because we have the Tower card, so something could literally fall into place like near ASAP. Oh my God, look what we have next. You happy in your house, and then planning in your house. It's amazing. So yes, Taurus season. So April 20 to May 20, and might even be like sooner. So we are going to end this here. Thank you guys very much once again. You guys stay blessed as always. Enjoy the activation of this power and destroy that final boss or that initial boss. And until next time.